Welcome to YOUCANIC. In this video we're going to go over the steps on how to troubleshoot a Fiat vehicle. We're going to run a full system scan on this car. We're going to look at some live data, and we're going to do some bidirectional tests. So let's get started. The first thing you need to do is you have to have the ignition on, and then plug the scanner to the OBD2 port under the dashboard, and then you turn on the scanner. So here we have the list of all the makes, but we're interested in Fiat, so we can select that. And then we can do manual selection, but then you need to know which model you're diagnosing. The easiest thing to do is go back and do smart VIN. So smart VIN, it's a lot easier. It's gonna just detect the vehicle, the model, Fiat 2016 500. Then press OK. And then here we have two options: quick scan and control modules. We're gonna do quick scan where it goes through all the control modules that are on this car and find codes, and then it tells us what they are, and we can enter any of those control modules and do further troubleshooting. Or if you know exactly what you're dealing with, so if you know you're interested in a transmission control module, you can go to control module, go to powertrain, you got transmission, and a few in here. Under body you have a lot more control units, but then you need to know which one you're dealing with. Over here under chassis is ABS, and then info, it's got a bunch more. So you can enter these, like I said, from here one by one. But what we're gonna do is, so we're gonna go back and we're gonna run a quick scan, do a health check on the vehicle and see what's going on. Now on this car, since this is a 2016, the scanner is going to be able to read codes and also view live data. You'll be able to clear codes and also do bidirectional tests, like things like activate the fuel pump, control windows from the scanner, and do things of that nature. If you've got a Fiat that's 2018 or newer, Fiat has installed what's called a security gateway module, and that module prevents you from doing clearing codes or running bidirectional tests. We have an article on that explains. You can simply search FCA Gateway Module Explained by YOUCANIC, and that will you can learn more. But there is ways you can still bypass that. It's just that you need a special cable, and you need to locate the central gateway module under the dashboard, and then plug the scanner and connect through that way. But if it's 2018, your Fiat is 2018 or older, so anything from 1996 up to 2018, then you don't need to worry about security gateway module or bypassing anything. You'll be able to read clear codes and do anything you want without any special adapters. So here you can see transmission, it's got some code. Drivetrain pending, this is a pending code. So if it said here stored, you can clear it. If it says stored and current or just current, means that you can't clear it. ABS has no fault. Now you can select any of these and enter these control modules like I did there. So I entered the ABS. You can read codes specifically to that module, clear them, live data for that module. Look at live data. Here you can see all the width spilled sensor. So if you got one that's defective, you can have somebody connect this and then have somebody drive while you look at these values, because these will start changing as you start to drive. Steering angle sensor right there, you can see how that's changing as I move the steering wheel. You can see all these values change, but these are only data points that are monitored by the ABS control unit. I'm still in the ABS control unit here. You can go to active test. You can turn on a lot of lights. You can activate the ABS pump, which is a recirculation pump. Sometimes it's got tricky names in there, but you can turn that on and off. So if I press 2, it's gonna activate the ABS pump, and I turn it back off. Okay, so that's good if you're trying to do like bleeding your brake lines or something like that. Then you'll be able to do that. Anyway, you can do a lot more bidirectional tests, but those just apply to the ABS control module. So if I go to another control module, if I go to transmission, for example, then I'm gonna see read clear data from that control unit, live data from that control unit. So in this case, it's going to be from the transmission. So here we're looking at data point for the transmission and oil temperature for the transmission, and should have a lot of, you can see here, it's only shift solenoid data, and just everything that transmission is going to monitor is going to be in here, basically. So this is a long list, so I'm not going to go over through each sensor, but you can get the idea. So I go back and drive train control module, read codes. See, that's pending, so that's eventually going to turn to current, and it's going to trigger that check engine light, which is not on right now. ECU information, live data. There's going to be a lot of live data under here, because basically this is just a lot of data the engine control unit is going to monitor. And so vehicle speed, then oxygen sensor and throttle position sensor and current mileage and things of that nature are all going to be in here. So if there's a specific sensor that you're looking, or data you're looking for, you might want to just browse the different control modules and go look into their corresponding live data. And then you can see body control module has a bunch of full codes. Let's enter that. Let's look at codes just from that. And you can see here, okay, active, stored, pending. So now keep in mind, active, those are going to be issues you need to definitely resolve before you can clear them. Stored should clear, but now if you clear them and the issue comes back, those codes are gonna come back again. They just might not come back right away. Active is just gonna come back right away. Pending is a code that's the system has detected maybe once or twice, and it's monitoring it before it puts it either active or stored status. So I'm gonna turn on the ignition. I can clear codes right here. If I want to clear codes from this control module, I can clear them here. Or if I'm back here at this whole list where all the codes are shown, I can hit erase here, and all the codes that are stored status will clear, and current codes won't clear without fixing them. Radio frequency, all these that show active will still remain there, but these stored ones will clear. So let's try that. Erase, yes. Okay, now if we restart, even so basically all the codes that were active, they're not gonna go away, and if they do, the moment you erase them, most likely they'll return as soon as you restart the car. So keep that in mind. But all this the stored or history or passive codes, depending on what the module is showing there for status, all those are gonna clear. Go to battery control module real quick, and want to go onto active tests. And you can see, for example, you can do a lot of bidirectional testing in here, and you can turn a lot of horn. You can turn horn, wipers, anything you want. Those are going to be under the body control module. So that's it. Yeah, you can run a full scan with the scanner. You can clear codes. You can look at live data from any of the control modules. You can do bidirectional tests, things where you control wiper sensors, fuel pump, ABS motor, anything of that nature. And yeah, just keep in mind that if your Fiat is 2018 or newer, then you're going to have to install the bypass cable so that you can clear the codes and do some of this bidirectional test that we just did. Otherwise, if you're not going to be successful of trying to clear the codes like we did in this case. All right, thank you for watching YOUCANIC, where you can be the mechanic.